You're the deacon, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a leadership in your church.
Right.
And you told me that the woman that was involved in witchcraft, you're going to leave it go and let Jesus deal with it. That's what I got. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what happens in your church if there's 2 or 3 gays come in? Are you going to let them come in your church?
Well, I'm going to speak to the senior pastor and say, hey, look, why are we allowing this to happen? And he'll probably say, well, what's this? I said, well, why are we allowing gays and perhaps lesbians to come to our church?
What would he say?
I don't know.
You got any idea?
He'd probably, honestly, he'd probably cover it up. Well, they're people and they help us. And
just like he's done with witchcraft. The woman, I got the pictures and she's really doing it with children.
Right. And then listen to this
But
one.
you think Jesus could take care of that, but not gays. That's a different issue.
Yeah, it's.
Or is it the same issue? I mean, there ain't a whole lot of...
He does not think it's right. And
Who doesn't?
Jesus or God.
Why? But your preacher does.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you go to that church?
Because years ago when he was part of First Baptist Leesburg,
Right.
he was part of what they call the Genesis Center, which he had retired teachers help underprivileged children learn how to read, write, help them with their homework and all of this. And
she'll be back in a minute. She can take that stuff out for you. Yeah.
And nobody wanted to bring over the free food that they got. But I said, hey, it's right across the street. I'll put it in the back of my SUV and I'll bring it to him. Okay. So I did. And then we developed a friendship and a relationship.
Right.
And, that's how all of that came about. Then
And you had no idea at that time that he would put up with witchcraft.
Exactly.
You had a gay woman that was in there that was working as a secretary, but you never heard him say, I got rid of her, you don't know what happened.
Right. Hey, Michelle. So I felt a little deceived.
Why are you there now?
That I look at it.
Yeah, why are you there now?
Well,
because you like being a deacon. That gives you a sense of purpose?
Not really. I mean, I was nominated and I was unanimously voted in. Okay. But that doesn't mean I have to stay there.
The Baptist preacher's wife up here, I could take you to her and let you meet her. Mm-hmm. She is the wife. She told me they have an open door. Gays can come all in. Ooh. She's an old woman. She says, we'll just let Jesus deal with it. Okay. Sounds just like the witchcraft thing at your church.
Exactly.
So you're saying you think your preacher would let them come in too?
Yeah, it looks that way. And I guess it doesn't faze them one bit. So now, you
either don't know what to do or you have another reason for wanting to stay.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to do, to be honest with you. And the easiest thing to do is just find another church that does not accept all that nonsense.
Maybe having a relationship with Jesus would be more important than an organizational church.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what my wife tells me. And she doesn't even go to a church.
Right.
So I think you're right. Well, I know you're right. I know she's right. So I think I might just end my ties with organized
If it was doing what's right, it would be a good thing.
Right.
But I think it says in the Bible that what fellowship does darkness have with light? Have no fellowship with darkness. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, rather reprove them.
Right.
Wow, reprove them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the whole thing is darkness and light fighting, evil and good fighting. Jesus has the power to set people free so drug addicts can stop doing drugs. There's too many churches that say, well, we're all just doing wrong all the time and don't know it.
Sure.
So, okay, that sounds like a real good excuse. You know, that sounds like something somebody'd tell a cop when they roll the window down.
Of course.
You know, I got a beer in my hand, but I ain't really drinking.
Yeah.
You know, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
but I just wanted to ask you, and you told me you think that your preacher would accept gays in your church. I believe he would too.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Jesus said there'll be wolves that feed off the sheep.
Oh, yeah.
And they make merchandise out of you.
Sure.
Steal old widows' purses.
Yeah.
And you know a tree by its fruit. If the preacher's got good fruit, he's going to say to gay people, you cannot come in our church unless you repent and totally are changed, and you are now a creation of Christ. Christ is in you. That's the hope of glory. You are now a Christian. You are no longer not part of you. You don't say you were. You are no longer part of it. Now you're a born again Christian, and now they're working free from that sin. But you don't give the devil an open door to come in, because sodomy is a demonic spirit. You don't let that in your church. They'll go right after your kids, just like the witch in your church right now is going after maybe her own daughter and other little girls.
Right.
I mean, I would care more about the girls than I would your pastor, the mother, the woman, the minister. I'd care more about the children, but nobody seems to.